Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Liam, and this is my hobby room, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it is. Today we're going to be doing a model... I don't know why I said that. You know what we're doing. Today we're going to be modifying a model kit. Ooh, that's exciting. Something slightly different, but not too far out of the norm. That's important. So today we're going to be taking a look at the P-Bandai HGFC Maxter Gundam from G Gundam, Mobile Fighter G Gundam, which is fun. Remember that one? All right. So here is the Maxter Gundam, all snapped together from G Gundam. This is Neo America's representative in the 13th Gundam fight, piloted by good old American hero Chibody Crockett. Standard American name there, Chibody. One of the most popular baby names in 2024. Now, okay, obvious G Gundam ridiculousness aside, this is a really, really great little model kit. It's a fun kit to put together, lots of great color separation. There's only a few areas that are like, you know, that really need to be painted if you're just going for screen accuracy. Of course, here we'll be painting the whole thing, and I'm gonna do some modification on it as well, which I'll show you in just a little bit. So hold on to your hats. Now, just for some sort of reference, I have like some of the pieces of the original high grade. I believe they still call them high grades, even though, you know, leaves a lot to be desired. So that's all that's left of the original Maxter, because I did a custom of this like many years ago. So I'll show you that at the end, and we'll compare which one you think is better. Obviously, it's probably going to be the Bandai one, but this was a fun little project. I'm just going to put this back in the box now. Now, the high-grade Maxter Gundam comes with more accessories than I thought it would. It comes with a bunch of hands, first of all, which is nice. We've got a open splayed hand right here. That's kind of fun. Woo! And then we've got a pointing hand here, so you can do the whole like Party in the USA dance, which is kind of fun. And my favorite thing ever, it comes with two closed fists, and they look fantastic. So that's great. You got closed fists, and then there's the open hand too, which can hold the what are they called? The beam pistol things. So there's that, and then the kit also comes with these two like shoe things that attach onto his feet, and then you can plug them into his shield. Oh yeah, by the way, it has a shield, which is cool. It's very interesting looking, very G Gundam looking. It has a singular handle there to hold, so you can hold that in one of the beam pistol hands. But you can plug these little shoe things into the shield, and it's like a little surfboard. Now, I don't know a lot about America, and I know even less about surfing, but I'm pretty sure this is how surfing works. This is how Americans do it. So I do want to do a little bit of modification on this kit. However, the only places I'll be modifying are the ports for the guns here on the side and the chest plate. I'm just going to be magnetizing those. That's it. That's all I want to do. So let's get magnetizing. Now we're going to be using some magnets from HIQ parts to attach all the things I said I was going to do. We're going to do that with these. Inside this bag is an even smaller bag with a bunch of magnets in it. So the plan is to put one of our magnets in here, in this little hole, and then we're going to chop off this peg here and drill another hole, and then put a magnet in here as well, and then they'll stick together. That's the theory anyways. Now, to ensure that the magnet we place in here is going to be close enough to the surface to make contact with the one we put in the gun, I'm going to be sticking a bit of whatever this is, a rod from some random Gunpla runner, to use it as like a, you know, a bit of a height maker. I don't know what you call it. Oh man, my fever brain. And then our next step is to apply our magnets. And to do that, we're going to use some super glue. I'm going to put some super glue right there, just a dollop of it. And then we're just going to install the magnet. By install, I mean we're just going to pop it right in there. Okay, so that's one side of our modification, and now we have to do the same with these pistols here. So what we're going to do with the pistols is we're going to snip off this peg right here. Boom, look at that. And then there's like a little hole already. And we're going to use that hole to do much the same thing that we did here. These are 2 millimeters in width. So we need a drill for this. We need a 2 millimeter. It's this guy. And since we already have our pilot hole from what was inside the peg, we can just drill right in. Okay, now let's pop one of these magnets in. Now, modifying with magnets is super easy. You just have to be careful of which side you glue in facing in what direction, just because if you put it in the wrong way, it will do exactly the opposite of what you want it to do. So here is the piece. There we go. Nice solid connection, and you can take it off whenever you like and put it back on, like so. The chest is up next. So next up comes this chest plate. So we're just gonna pop the yellow muscle plate off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill out this hole and put the magnet inside the middle here, and then underneath I will put another magnet right there. It's very small, it's kind of hard to see, and I'm using my giant meaty fingers, so, but hopefully you can see this. So this is getting pushed down inside. Now I just need, here we go, one of these guys to push it all the way down. And as you can see, it is magnetized. The next step is to put a magnet right here. Just gonna make sure we have the right side. And Mrs. Hobby Room has much more dainty fingers than I do, so this would be a task better suited for her. However, she is not here right now. She is real, I promise. One day I'll do a Mrs. Hobby Room face reveal and you guys will know. You'll be like, ah, Mrs. Hobby Room, she exists. So I just have to remove this little tab on this red piece here because I filled in that area with super glue to lock the magnet in place. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, why don't you throw me a like? Down in the thing, click the thumbs up, and consider subscribing to my channel because there's a ton of Gunpla content on here already. I think this is like my 100th video or something like that. I don't know. It's one of those numbers. That would really help me out, I really appreciate it, and it's fun to do these kinds of things together, and that's why we're here. Alright, we'll get back to the video now. Alright, so now that I have put some magnets in this bad boy, all that's left is to prime it and paint it. So let's disassemble and get ready for painting. To start off, we're going to be priming the kit in Mr. Surfacer 1500 Black, which is my go-to primer and surfacer. You've probably seen me use it a whole bunch on this channel. I'm going to be weathering this kit a little, so I'm not going to worry if there are any surface imperfections unless they're really big or obvious. And to make sure the yellow is nice and rich, we're going to prime those parts in pink, which is one of my favorite little sneaky moves. It always results in a really beautiful and rich orange-yellow color. Then we're just going to go through the colors. This time, the red, white, and blue Gundam color scheme really fits. Because I'm going for a more realistic sort of weathering look, I'm going to knock down the bright colors just a little bit. I think this will help make the kit feel more grounded. I'm still using saturated base colors, but when I go to highlight them, I'm just adding a teeny bit of white to the color cup. This isn't normally how I highlight because it will tint the original color and it doesn't actually always look like it's taking in light, but in this case, it seems to be working, or at least it's doing the effect that I wanted to have. As usual, the bulk of the mobile suit is going to be an off-white. You know, I do that a lot on this channel. I'm putting a base coat of deck tan underneath to add just a little bit of warmth, bringing it closer to an eggshell color when it's totally finished. The grays are a mixture, but I'm going to start with a warm one from the G color lineup. Now we're going to put a gloss top coat on this kit and clean up the airbrush, and then we are on to decals. I get a lot of crap for how I say decal. I know people say decal in other places, but here we say decal. And in Liam's Hobby Room, that's the law. It's the law, baby. I've got two sets to use here. One of them is a custom decal set I made many years ago, and as you can see, they are much too big. I think I'll just be able to harvest a few little pieces from this set. The other sheet is from Delpy Decal, and they make some really good stuff. They give you a ton of options too. I won't be using all of them, because there's a lot, but I'll just use some choice ones. Now it's time for some panel lining. So I'm going to use my oils for this. I also will be adding some weathering here too, as the glossy surface is perfect for playing around with this kind of stuff. This suit primarily fights on Earth, on the planet Earth, where we are, which is little more than a battleground for the Gundam Fight Tournament in this series. So I want to add a bit of dirt and dust, just a little bit. Then I'll do some cleanup and add some acrylic chipping with some paint and a makeup sponge. Then it's time to add my matte top coat, pop on some foil transfers, and we are el dunno. So here's the Maxter Gundam before paint, and here it is after. G Gundam takes place in a setting where every country has its own space colony, and that's where all the wealthy members of that country live. And those colonies all sponsor a representative fighter who competes for glory in what's called the Gundam Fight Tournament, which is like this big political battle where the winning nation gets to rule all of the colonies until they have another tournament. It might be 4 years, I can't remember. So Neo America submits the Maxter Gundam, piloted by the hot-headed, all-American playboy Chiba D. Crockett. I think that's just the craziest name. I think this model kit does a really great job of highlighting the character, though, and expressing what he's all about. Like, you don't even have to have seen the show, you don't even have to know what he looks like. I think you get it. G Gundam as a series is just all over the place and is tonally a little awkward sometimes. Pretty good though if you just want some dumb, honest fun. It stands apart from I think some of the other standard series in the franchise. But the characters in the show, no matter how ridiculous they are, take the Gundam fight tournament like deadly serious. Like that's what they live for. So that's part of the fun. I'm not gonna lie and say it's my favorite Gundam show, but hey, it's worth a watch for the bombacity alone. Just don't just don't think about it too hard. And here is the Maxter with a custom that I made of it 5 years ago-ish, 5 or 6 years ago. This one is obviously the new one's much better looking, but I think there's a certain charm about the old custom I made too. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed working on it, because this one was a lot of fun. It's been a minute since I guess I enjoyed myself this much building a kit, and I had a really good time with it. Sorry, I just did my hair, and I was gonna wait for it to dry, and then I thought, it's all right, they don't care. They don't care what I look like. Okay. So Mrs. Hobby Room and I are going to Japan, which is gonna be fun. That's gonna be nice. In 2 days, 3 days, 2 days. I don't know. In a very short amount of days, and I'll be gone for a bit. I'm gonna have a blast, gonna do a lot of eating, and I'm going to do all the Gundam things, and I'll try to share some updates on social media. It's hard for me when I'm like experiencing something to like go on the phone and go, oh, look where I am. So you know, we'll see. That about does it for me today. Be kind to one another, everybody. The world is a crazy place right now. A lot of horrible things happening, but you know what? You can spread positivity and love in your little circle, and if everyone does that in their little circles, then all those circles overlap. At least I think that's when I'm drawing this out in my mind, that's what's happening. So anyways, be cool, and I will see you guys when I get back next time on Liam's Hobby Room. Wow, that was not right. Vacation time, baby. Peace, baby. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below and consider subscribing to my channel. It's full of Gunpla content just like this. It's a lot of fun. And it's free! Like forever. Each episode of Liam's Hobby Room is baked fresh with love and passion for the hobby in Victoria, BC, Canada. Now, I love working on the show, but it does take a significant amount of time and energy, so any support you can show is greatly appreciated, whether that's a share, or just liking and subscribing, or telling your friends about Liam's Hobby Room. That's good. That's a great way to alienate your friends and family around Thanksgiving dinner. Or if you're in a position and have the means to support the channel even further, then please consider subscribing to my Patreon or making a one-time donation on Ko-fi. You can find those links down in the doobly-doo below, and subscribing to either of them gets you access to our secret Liam's Hobby Room Discord server. There we can talk about Gunpla, we can show off our builds, we can ask questions about the hobby. Now my goal with our Discord server is to have an easygoing and supportive community where we can lift each other up as we explore the hobby together. All Patreon and Ko-fi proceeds go directly back into the channel to make it better, to help me get more episodes out, and to replace equipment that breaks, or if I need new equipment or whatever, and just to keep the old hobby room lights on. Your support for this channel truly means the world to me. It really does. So thank you so much for considering. But either way, thank you so much for stopping by. Take care of one another, and I'll see you guys next time on Liam's Hobby Room.